brisé du péché le pouvoir. La force est en crise, la force est en crise. Si dans ton cœur tu veux le recevoir, la force est dans le sang de Christ. Oh, je suis fort, fort, oui plus que vainqueur, par le sang de Jésus. Je suis fort, fort, oui plus que vainqueur, par le sang de Jésus, mon sauveur. Would you be free from this burden of sin? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you a river of victory win? There's wonderful power in the blood. Oh, there is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Oh, there is power. Okay, so thanks for being here. It is actually pretty cold, so usually when it's cold, my fingers are a little stiffer, but we'll try our best. The same as yesterday, I'm gonna be starting with my warm-up, which is Hannon. Currently, I'm practicing lesson, I believe it's lesson 11. So I'm gonna start the metronome. Okay, let me test that. Alright, so this volume should be okay. Alright, so let's go. It goes. I think yesterday I got up to 100. I was kind of forcing my way to tempo 110. It's at 90 right now, but my fingers are so stiff, it's still hard. I'm gonna take it at 80, and then once my fingers get a little warmer, maybe I'll take it up to 90 again.
still stiff. It's always extra hard when it's cold. Especially my left hand. Alright, so I'm gonna go with the left hand alone. Give me 1 second. That's rough. Maybe I'm gonna have to slow it down even further. So now it's at 70. Man, I'm telling you, practicing in the cold is horrible. You gotta do what you gotta do. Right hand. excuse. Cold or not, you gotta practice. That's the only way to get better. I mean, right. Okay. All right, let's go both ends. I'm gonna do 2 pass, and I'm gonna take it up to 80. So that's my second pass. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, now we're gonna take it up to 80. Yeah, they're actually getting warm. fast, and we're gonna take it up to 90. All right. So here's one thing people on YouTube don't understand a lot of the time. Let me take it up to 90. Like, for example, myself, let's say I'm trying to post like one new video every single day, right? I can't post the same. I can't post the same. Let me get a little more comfortable on that. Yeah, so I can't post the same thing every single day. So every day I need to do a new song, right? But that doesn't mean that this is how my practice goes, right? Because practicing is repetition, right? Until whatever you're practicing becomes muscle memory. Let me turn down the mic. It seems like it's peaking. It seems like it's peaking. It's still peaking. But anyways, that should be better now. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, even if you see me post a new song every video, a lot of the time I can be practicing the same thing for weeks or even months, right? For example, there was this song that I was trying to learn, but I was trying to play it exactly the way it sounded in the record, like note for note, chord for chord. It actually took me like 3 months to learn it. Right? Every day I'm practicing this. I mean, I wasn't really practicing every day to tell you the truth, because I was procrastinating a lot. But basically the point is, every time I go and practice, I'm basically practicing the same song, right? So keep in mind that when I'm posting contents on YouTube or any content creator for that matter, right? We're trying to entertain the viewers, right? It's not structured like a lesson would be, right? If you were in a piano lesson or any lesson for that matter, you would probably go to lesson once a week, and then for this whole week you would be practicing the same thing. And if by the end of the week, by the next lesson, you don't get it right, you don't get it perfect, you're gonna spend the next week again practicing the same thing. And if you still don't get it right, the third week you're gonna practice the same thing. You may even spend a few weeks on just one thing, practicing one thing, right? But the thing with YouTube, if you're trying to catch up with the things that are being posted, like even if you only just following just one YouTuber, it's gonna be overwhelming because every time they literally post something new. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna learn this new thing again? No, that's not how you do it. And a lot of us, we're not even following just one content creator. You're probably following a few of them. And then in just 1 week, you might get like over 20 different things, different new things that you learn. Are you gonna practice all of them? Of course not. That's why you need a structure, right? You need to pick something. Let's say you are being self-taught, like you don't have a teacher. You need to discipline yourself, right? You pick one thing and then you practice this, just this one thing for like a week or 2 or 3, depending on how much it takes you to learn it. Right? You take your time and learn it until it becomes muscle memory. That's how you get better. And you're gonna notice, you see this same warm-up that I'm doing right now, which is lesson 11 of the book Hanan. I'm probably gonna do the same thing for the next few weeks, right? It might take me months practicing just the same thing, because my goal is to get it at like 140. And right now I'm barely halfway. I'm at 90, right? And if I'm trying to get it at 40, it's gonna take me some time. I'm not in a rush. My goal with this exercise is to improve finger strength, finger agility, finger accuracy, and speed. Right? Accuracy is more important than speed, by the way. That's why I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. All right. Let's do 100. Right, my fingers are getting warmed up, but it's still cold. And that makes it more difficult for you when you're practicing. Because the muscles in your fingers are a lot more stiff. Thank you for being here, whoever you are. All right, so I'm getting a lot more comfortable, even though it's very cold. And remember, keep in mind, practicing is boring. That's why it requires discipline. If you see yourself practicing and you're only doing fun stuff, you're probably practicing wrong. Right? The type of things you should be practicing are the things that develop your technique, develop your ear, and develop your creativity. You can't be doing the same thing that you're already comfortable with and call it practice, right? Now you're just playing or you're jamming, you're doing whatever. You're doing everything but practicing. Like right now, this speed, I'm doing it at 100. That's not even very fast. But because it feels uncomfortable for me, right? Because I'm not used to it yet. I'm not fully used to it yet. But then When I start getting comfortable with that one, I may be playing twice as fast, and it's not even that hard, right? Like right now, if I wanted to, I could still increase the speed, but it would be sloppy, right? Because I'm not even comfortable at 100 yet. I'm comfortable. It's when I can play it with my eyes closed and talking to you at the same time, and I won't even make a mistake. Right now, I'm not there yet because I feel like I have to focus a little bit to do it. So far, this is warm up, right? Because yesterday I already played it at 100, right? But now, when I start getting into those speeds where I never played at, I'm not very comfortable at yet. I'm probably, instead of increasing the speed 10 by 10, I'm gonna be increasing it 5 by 5. Like for now, instead of going to 110 straight, 110, I'm gonna do a 105 before I get to 110, just so I can get, you know, I'm just increasing my speed little by little. My left hand. Imagine I'm messing up at 105. So if I did 110, it would probably be worse. That's why when I get to That's why, like I just said, when I start getting into those speeds where I'm not super comfortable, I'm gonna increase it 5 by 5 instead of 10 by 10. I'm gonna give it one more run. Hopefully, if I can do it without a mistake, I'm gonna take it to 110. That was not clean, but it's okay. All right, that was. I would give myself a C plus or a B minus. All right, I can do one more. Let me do one more before I get to 110. Because I want to be comfortable once I get to 110. If I'm not comfortable at 105, imagine 110. That's better. All right, it got sloppy for a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, we're gonna take it to 110 now. So that's what you want. When you start getting comfortable, you keep pushing yourself to the limit. Now I'm not very comfortable, but if I do it a couple times, I'm obviously gonna get a lot better, a lot more comfortable. So I'm gonna set a goal for myself. Even if I don't get it perfect, to at least start getting comfortable at 120 before I leave today. Yes, it's cold, but no excuses. Alright. Ooh, my fingers are starting to hurt a little. Alright, let me take a break. Just for a second.
Veux-tu briser du péché le pouvoir? La force est en crise, la force est en crise. Si dans ton cœur tu veux le recevoir, la force est dans le sang de Christ. Oh, je suis fort, fort, oui plus que vainqueur, par le sang de Jésus. Je suis fort, fort, oui plus que vainqueur, par le sang de Jésus, mon sauveur. Would you be free from this burden of sin? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you a river of victory win? There's wonderful power in the blood. Oh, there is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Oh, there is power.
All right. Okay. Let's give it one more shot. All right, I'm getting a little more comfortable. I guess the break kind of helped a little. All right, one last pass. One last pass. Hopefully, if I can do that without making a mistake, we'll take it to 115. That was sloppy. Mhm. All right, that wasn't perfect, but let's just take it to 115. Just not to bore you out, get you bored too much. There's a lot that I would do if I would be practicing by myself that I'm not for the sake of you guys watching. Like for example, I would go just with my left hand alone for a while, and then with my right hand alone for a while. Every time I go through each, and then I would do the two hands like I'm doing it right now. So that would take a lot more time. So basically, the point you also need to get is um, if you want to get good at anything, especially at music, you need to dedicate time to it. You need to dedicate time to it. Um, you can't just be practicing 10, 15, 20 minutes and think you're going to get good. You're not going to see any results, right? A good practice session is probably going to take you at least an hour, 2 hours. Bottom line, you got to put the time in, right? Just like anything. Plus, it's boring. I mean, for me, it's not boring because I have a goal in mind. I know what I want, and I know why I'm doing the exercise that I'm doing, and I've seen the results, right? For example, ever since I started doing these kinds of exercises, it's been a lot easier for me to play scales and runs and stuff like that, cause and to play them clean, cause my fingers in a lot more they are in a lot better shape, right? My fingers are a lot faster, a lot stronger. So if you give me a fast run that I probably wouldn't stand a chance before, now at least I stand a chance. Depending on how hard it is, I might be able to do it. Compared to before, it was a completely different thing. And when my fingers are stronger independently like this, even my chords, they sound better. Believe it or not. So when you're practicing, don't just go on the piano and just play your favorite songs. That's not practicing. You need to work on your technique. I mean, there's a balance, right? Because if you go to some place and they ask you to play something, you can't pull a hand and exercise and play it for them, right? Eventually, you're gonna need to learn songs, right? To learn to improvise and all of these things. So that should be part of your practice too. But at the same time, you can't expect to do all the fun stuff alone and not do the technical stuff, right? So after that, I'm gonna give it one more pass and take it to 120. Remember, my goal was 120. And again, for those of you who just who are watching from this point, what I'm doing is called Hanon. It's an exercise. It's a book. I'm doing the lesson 11. So it's a great way. It's a great book if you wanna, develop your technique, your speed, and your accuracy, or all these things. Okay, let me do it one more time on 115. if you're watching, don't hesitate to let me know you here. Let me know you here, and let me know where you're watching from. All right, so let's take it to 120. My left hand is falling behind. See, my left hand is not. My left hand is a little slower, so that's something I'm just gonna practice it on my own time. So it's not good at all on 120. See, it's sloppy, at least a little. All right, um, so normally that means when it's sloppy like that on a certain speed, it means that I need to spend more time on the previous speed. So on my own time, I'm probably gonna spend more time on 110, 115 to get my fingers a lot more comfortable, and then I'm gonna take it up to 120. Okay, so for now, um, let's just do one song, one or two songs, and just end it. Probably just one song. Let me see which one I should do. Okay, there's one. Listen, believe it or not, when I warm up when I do that kind of hand and exercise before I play, I feel so much lighter when I'm playing whatever while I'm playing. That song feels a lot more comfortable than if I didn't, do the warm up at all, right? But in that case, it's not really a warm up. It serves me as a warm up, but I was literally using it as an actual practice because I need to improve my speed, right, and my technique. But hey, I don't know if you know that song. When I found. It go. I don't want to sing it because sometimes the YouTube algorithm will pick that up and make it feel look like a copyright something. So it goes when I found you. I mean, you can look it up. It's a song. It's a wedding song. Actually, let me share the keys with you, just in case you wanna see what I'm doing better. That's a great question. How do you practice or implement your chord progression for the French hymnals? Give me an example. Give me one song example you would like me. By the way, do you mean a song that I've never heard before or a song that I already know? Let me know. 517. All right. So here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing you need to understand. It's that let's see. Okay, so that's on the key of D flat. Um so here's one thing you understand. A lot of the time with those hymns, and by the way, thank you brother for being here, Johnny Metelus. Shout out to you. Thanks for your question. Um so with these songs a lot of the time, um the progression doesn't change much from what's in the hymnal. From what's in the hymnal. And by the way, I'm not a very good sight reader, right? That's why a lot of the time I learn the songs by ear. Okay, um, most of the time, yeah. But the chords don't change, but you can the progression doesn't change, but you can change the chords. You can add passing chords in between. Let's say for example, okay, I'm gonna also have a good track. So there are different ways I could play that, and forgive me if I make some mistakes um on the way. Okay, so all right, let me have a quick try. So, so basically, what I try to do is the hymn no also basic, but knowing the chord progression to go with each to make it sound full. I learned from your last video not to play every chord like playing on the off beat. Not necessarily the chords. Though it's you should play all the chords. I think I meant the melody, right? For example, if I already have someone singing, I'm not gonna kill myself to do. By the way, I don't know if you guys realize this. You know, playing the melody is probably the hardest part, especially when playing those hymns, right? Because focusing on the melody, and especially if you're trying to focus on every single melody, you literally have to learn it, memorize it. That's the only way. I'm not gonna say that's the only way, because if you're good at melodies, you might figure it out. But otherwise, it's gonna be hard not to mess it up if you only playing, uh, if you trying to play the whole thing. But if you doing the chords, right? I personally, if I already have a singer, I'm gonna be focusing I'm gonna be focusing on the chord, right? So, right? I know I'm coming from the the one to the two. Now, okay, my take, I can add a few. Yeah, especially when they're going off off key. Sometimes you kind of right. Yeah, sometimes you do, but most of the time, if whoever is playing knows what they're doing, you won't have to worry about that. But yeah, let's say for example, I'm coming from the one to the two, right? I'm going to the two. Now I have lots of possibilities. For one, I could just play the dominant leading me to the two, which is the sixth dominant, right? So, so I could do this. So, right? Um, and by the way, this dominant, there's like so many different ways I can play this. So let me try to see if I can find a different example. So I could do. No. Yeah. Right. But a lot of the time, this song, like a song like this one, instead of focusing on fancy nice chords, I would probably focus more on like the groove, making it a way for who you know the people to dance. Like I'm if I'm playing by myself, I could play it like in a compas style, like. So if you get what I'm trying to say, instead of like trying to play nice chords, I mean, there's room if you like super comfortable with the chords. You could also add some nice chords in there to embellish it, but I would focus a lot more for that example since that's like a praise song. I would focus a lot more on making it sound groovy and make the people dance. But for your question, I would say if you know the basic progression, just focus on 2-5-1s or just dominance. That's what I would do. Like just the example that I gave you. If I know I'm gonna be going to the two, so I could either just do the six dominant, which could sound like this, right? If I'm doing it rootless, or I could even do a whole 2-5-1. So, which would be a 3-6-2, right? That's a minor 7 flat 5. So, and that's also an example. So let me see if I can play it with as little chords as possible to see if I can figure out a root progression for it, and then I'll show you. So so right, I did 1, 2, 5, 1. So that by itself is already a circle of 4. I'm probably not gonna need to add anything between here because it's already a 2-5-1. So here, coming from the 1 to the 4, I can do a 2-5-1 on the 4, which would be a 5-1-4. So instead of going straight to the 4, I could do it I mean, right. So I could go straight to the 4. Right, or I could do right. Sorry. So that's one example, and even here too, I could either go straight to the 2, or I could do the dominant to the 2, which is the 6, which is the 6, and that leads me to the 2. Right? I don't know if that answered your question. So basically, as long as you know the basic chords, the basic chords, it's just it's just a matter of knowing what's the right right passing chord. But basically, the 2-5-1 is always the right passing chord. If you're trying to do a passing chord, always go to the 2-5-1s. That's why it's so important to practice your 2-5-1s. So you have your major 2-5-1s, which is basically when you're going to a major chord, which would sound, the most basic form would sound like this. So, right, versus the thanks. I was good until you started Playing the bass line to make it groovy, like the walking bass line in the compa. Also, is there a specific inversion that sounds better whenever right hand? I'm not sure I understand everything, but basically I'm assuming you asking me when I'm playing the bass on the left end, is there an inversion that works best, a chord inversion on the right hand that works best with the groove I'm doing on the left hand? Um, I mean, it's the same idea for as is the same idea as even if you didn't have a bass on the left end, it would be the best inversion most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, the best inversion would be the one that has the melody on top, right? For example, if I'm doing so that would be a good inversion, right? The first inversion. So the like the leave it. So that would probably be my best inversion. So as you can see, I'm also playing the melody with my chords when I can. I can't do it all the time, obviously, but when I can, I try to play it. So leave it, leave it. So so like that's not really, that doesn't have the melody in it, but the chord I'm trying to play this. So here I'm not really worrying about the melody. So I guess it's just you doing it your own way. One thing, it's been an hour and a half. I have to end it. We'll probably meet tomorrow again around that same time. But my advice is, one of the bad habits that we have a lot of the time, church musician, especially in Haitian churches, is that we don't practice the songs, right? We just rely on the fact that we think that we have a good enough ear to catch the song whenever they just call out a number. And that's a very bad habit. I mean, sometimes it's not our faults because a lot of the time we don't know what song they're gonna play until they start singing it. So I think good communication with your band director, with your MD, is also important. Um, but bottom line is, uh, I think if you can get the song probably like a week ahead, it would be a wonderful habit to get in the habit of practicing the song before you get up there, before you get before, if it's you Adventist, before Sabbath or before Sunday if you play at a Sunday church. Um, that way you get to experiment with the song, right? You get to try different things, try different chords, and see what works best for you, and you come up with your own sound, right? You don't have to do it exactly the way I do it, and I don't do it exactly the same way someone else probably would. But bottom line is, I guess making sure you practice it, you learn it. That's the key word. Learn it. A lot of the time, we don't know the songs, we don't learn them. We just know the melody, we can know how to sing the melody, but we don't know how to play the songs. Because a lot of the time, a lot of the chords that I hear a lot of people play, they're off, right? That's not the right chord at all. But because they didn't take the time to learn the right chord of the song, so I mean, there's only so much you can do on the spot, right? So, oh no, 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 not at all. Not at all. That's the whole point. I'm doing it for you. I actually thank you for your question. Thank you for your question. I was done anyway. I was about to finish, but you came and made things a lot more interesting. A lot more interesting actually. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope I see you again tomorrow if we get a chance to meet again. All right, I'll see you guys later.